Well, that's all right, Mama. That's all right for you. That's all right, Mama. Just any way you do it, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right, Mama. Any way you do.
Elvis, of course, was the one that opened the door for all of us. But singing the old country songs with a black feel like Blue Moon of Kentucky. That's all right, Mama. He was very bold for a white Southerner of his time.
That's all right, Mama, any way you do.
18-year-old Elvis Presley walked into the offices of the Memphis Recording Service, looking to make a personal recording for $3.98. It was here he met Sun Records founder and producer Sam Phillips.
When I first saw Presley, I said, hell, we're gonna do something with this guy. We're gonna bust a big gut trying. And we busted a big one. We tried. And you know what? Damn if I don't believe we made it.
Don't be cruel to a heart that's true.
Elvis Presley worked his first show with Slim Whitman and myself in Overton Band Shell in August of 1954, and I saw this phenomenon, and I couldn't believe what kind of effect he had on the people on the stage. I couldn't figure out what kind of music he was trying to sing, but I knew he had something. So we worked in the Louisiana Hayride in those days, and so we went back and told Horace Logan, the guy that run the show, we said, Horace, this kid's got something. I don't know what it is, but he's got something.
He came to the Louisiana Hayride. It's the first time I guess I'd seen him. I'd heard, the Sun Records. It was, of course, getting popular. But when he started working the Hayride and we worked with him, of course, all the kids were crazy about him. It's just wild, In fact, we were kind of scared working with him,
Oh, when Elvis Presley came to town, we all knew he was going to be a star. I say we all. People who knew how hot he was. I mean, you couldn't get him off the stage with a fire hose.
When Elvis Presley was just starting, I'd carry Elvis on my shoulder, and he'd open the shows for me. And them little girls would squeal and holler. And then when he got real big, he hired me to open the shows for him. Naturally, all the girls wanted to tear my clothes off, too, just because they didn't care nothing about seeing Faron Young. They just knew I was on the show with Elvis Presley. So they're going to tear all my clothes off.
He made me feel like I was born wrong or something. Man, look at that dude. Looks like a Greek god. I can't tell you what the feeling is to sit there and be playing your guitar and watching Elvis Presley about 10 feet from you, singing your song and getting into it. It was all I could do to keep the guitar in my lap. As a matter of fact, it was all I could do to stay in that chair.
I still remember 1954 sitting against this old black and white TV set, and all of a sudden here comes this young guy on TV, and he sang Ready, Teddy. I never will forget. He pointed his finger right at the camera, and he went, ready, set,
Go and go. I got a gal that I love so. I'm ready, ready to rock and roll.
The Jordanaires, they had the sound that was so perfect to back the king and just encased him and showed him off to a maximum potential.
Someday there will be peace in the valley.
Elvis was a gospel music lover. He loved the gospel music and he liked to sing. He was just a kind of a pretty good old boy, was a friend of ours, and between takes he'd say, let's get over to piano and do I'm Bound for the Kingdom, or Heaven Will Surely Be Worth It All, or some gospel song.
Country music is the thing that produced Elvis Presley. And we don't want to forget that. I mean, Elvis wasn't the rock and roll, king of rock and roll when he started. He was a country boy, a country artist. And they can't take that away from him either.
You know I can be found sitting home all alone.
Elvis Presley went on to become the biggest music superstar of all time. With gigantic success on record, in films, and in performance as the king of rock and roll. But he began as a country music rockabilly, and Elvis remained a country radio star throughout his life.